Alright everyone, good day. So second tutorial on how to do a slideshow. This is what the second tutorial gonna be, a slideshow. Try to make it as easy as possible for us. Um, Now this is what it will kind of look like at the end, right? You want to have a nice slide with some music. As you see in here, I have music on the track. I have everything like zoom in and zooming out and like a transition in between your session. Then this one that is like I don't know, boxes moving out. Alright, so each one have a nice transition and with this nice text that is starting. Right, I think that's what we want to get done. So that's not hard, so let me see if we can start. So let me go and must save this first. Alright, so save that and okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay, sorry, I kind of losing bearings a little bit. Okay, so everything here was in this folder on the desktop main slide, main pictures for slideshow, and came here and I added a folder men's pictures, and I just dragged everything inside here. I dragged everything from the folder inside there, and that's how all these pictures here. And I selected just a few. Now I'm gonna start from here now. So I just go to a new project. Let me just select a few. Right, so to select a few, you could just like click the first one and click the last one that you want to use while holding slide. So you click the first one, you hold on shift, you hold shift and you click the next one, right? And that's how you select that. No, sorry, first rule of any video you're creating, you need to go here in graphic, color, and add a black kind of graphic to it. That's the first thing you do. Anything, just add that to the starting, and later on I'll show you add it to the end as well. And now we come back here, click the first one, hold down shift, click the one that we're going to use next. I mean, well, till the one that we're going to use. Ideally, when I did this for the men's night, I did like I did all the photos inside here. So all the photos was in that one for the men's slide. So let's try to proceed to do that. Have all the pictures selected so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the duration. Now the duration that I usually put pictures for is 4 seconds, but at the end of each picture you would only get like about 3 seconds out of it. So for me, actually let's change it up a little bit. For, for me, when I look at a picture, I think 4 seconds is a good amount for someone to perceive a picture, to look at a picture and perceive what they're seeing, right? I have a perception of it. So I want it for 4 seconds, and my transition going to eat up a little bit of the seconds that I'm going to be using. So let's set it for 5 seconds. So when we set it for 5 seconds, we know where we get that 4 seconds into that 4 seconds time period. So we right clicking on all the pictures with all the pictures selected, because you don't want to do this one by one. We change photo duration and let's put it to 5 seconds. Click OK. And now we want to do that nice zoom in effect that you were just not seeing. That is called pan and zoom. So we want to auto pan and zoom. And you would see FX come up here, which is the effects kind of come up. So to show you that it's there. And basically what I would give you now is that nice zoom in thing going on there, in and out of pictures. And I think it was harder in other versions, because in other versions you had to do one by one. You had to click the effect and just select it one by one, but now you have that where you can just do it for all one time. Alright, the very next thing you want to do, I have all the pictures and everything inside here. Well, I would do it now. You could do this at the end of the video, but I just doing it now. You add the ending, which is the black at the end again. And what you want to do now is get a nice transition. That way you transition, you get a nice, where we have right now, we just jump in one picture. Let's just play it and you get an idea of what's going on. So the blacks the black starts to play and then you just jump to a picture and it zoom and everything. But we want a nice transition between each one of them and you gotta jump again. Right, so what we really want is a nice transition. Now the good thing with Corel is that we have all the transitions here, right? Now you could click all the transitions and one by one you could drag in a different one each time. Right? Which might not be hard to do, but I think if you're doing it for probably a couple hundred pictures, it could get tedious. Something that I kind of recently learned to do is just overlap a picture onto another picture, and this is work with videos too. If you overlap a picture onto our next picture, it will automatically add a transition for you. And as I said, the same thing with videos. If you overlap a video onto another video, it will automatically transition the video from one to the other. I'm not so sure if this is happening in other more professional video editing software. This is a kind of semi-professional editing, but I guess it kind of makes our life easier. At the end, what I usually do is kind of lengthen the clip to a little longer, and I add a special, well, this is not a special, but the standard one that I usually use for most things is this feed. This is a picture slideshow, so by all means you want fanciness. But in other stuff, I think most of the times we use the cross feed, which is just like this feed from one to another. In this case, it feeds into a black background, which is this here. So it will just fade from the picture and the black. That gives you a nice kind of movie, and then it fade out, right? Okay, so that is that. So for now we have start at black, we move up, each picture is zoom in, zooming out, and we have transition between each one of them. I think I need to go closer. Let's just zoom in. Oh, sorry, I didn't put any transitions there. So let's just add transitions to each one of them. Add transitions, add transitions. Right. Add transitions to each one of them. Okay, good. So we have transitions on each of our pictures. A nice transition to come out there. Right, good. Basically, the video itself or the pictures itself finished with. I just want to add two texts here. Now these texts are preset, which is what comes with the editing software, that you could preset it, and you could use a bunch of different ones that have a whole lot that you could select from. But for sake of time, I'll use the preset. Right. So how you use the preset. You click on one. This one I think is one I use very often. So I click on it and just drag it into the text layer, right? And that would get you there. As you can see, I've put in any stats. I'm naming this one men slide. So MENS, sorry, apostrophe S slide. Alright, sorry for typing so slow. Using one hand for mic and one hand for doing everything else. Alright, I just want to change the text size to 80, make it a little bigger, and click and get this. Now, the only way you can move around stuff is if you get this like white border around it, right? So if you're here, I'm not sure, let me see. Okay, yeah, you can move it around. But, oh yeah, okay, that's cool for that. Going to drag it back so we get this a few seconds actually of video, and then we get stuff coming up. Now right here we have the text showing and then vanish. We want it to be a little more subtle than that, because in video you want to be very subtle. You don't want to have like harsh movements and distracting people with other stuff in your video. As much as possible, try not to distract people in your video. Yes, you want to have fancy stuff and all these things, but you could do fancy and it could be non-distracting, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to do fancy design and all these kind of things. And I think I heard this somewhere: practice design and not decoration. So rather than trying to fancy up and pretty up everything, practice a design. Think of an idea, look at a movie, look at a video online or something, and just use that idea, because usually those are designs that people have in their head, or you do your own creative stuff. Just get your own creative ideas, look at anything and think of an idea, flashing pictures one after the other. I don't know, as far as your mind could go, you do that, right? Alright, so I want to drag this at, I want to drag the beginning of this text at half of the end of the fade for the end, right? So when the fade is like almost complete, and then after that it completes and you see the text. So what I want to do here,
By the way, this is Greek text, normal stuff for video.
Want to put the end. This might be a good idea to put the end of your video. Kinda, you do have to signal the MC to tell them, okay, the video end now, you could go up. Right? So you just do that and you just drop that anywhere, probably in the middle, give you a nice thing there. And I guess this is the end of it, right? That's the end of the video right there. So basically what would happen, it will fade. Sorry, let me just play it and we could see what will happen. We would fade down and right, the text would come
Up the end, and then that would vanish. And well, if you want to go with the non-vanishing rule, we could go with that whole subtle thing that I was talking about. Okay, don't do that. That whole subtle thing, we could just drag this down some more, and we take that crossfade and we drop it at the end, and that would give it a nice subtle thing. You drag this down to the end a little more now, so you get that nice black stuff at the end to allow the person to move the video, stop the video in time and all that thing. Right, so that is, let me just do a small recap. That is adding a color at the beginning and at the end. You put in all the pictures, you do that pan and zoom effect. Now, I should just say this right. The pan and zoom effect is very effective. What it does, it keeps the pictures moving. If you ever watch I'm not so sure where to draw an example to, but with pictures, remember with video, you have stuff moving in it most of the times, right? Yeah, with a video, things moving, but with a picture, everything's still. So you don't just want to have like just a picture there, and it's just a still picture, and you're just waiting for the picture to go. And also, it gives you the ability to add emphasis. You could zoom in to a certain point in your picture to add, okay, alright, we zoom in into the plate now, and if you want to show them the plate of food, or this the shot getting wider, so you'll be able to give them a sense of, okay, it had like a group there, right? So that's for that. So to recap, we do our background, and we add the pan and zoom effect, and we do our transition. So that's what we do so far, and we do the text, right? So that's what we do. Last thing we're going to do is we're just going to drop our audio clip in it. Just going to my system music, and we just want to drag it in to the music track. Now ideally what you should do is drag it into here, which is your project folder. Let's do that. So if you want to get it back, it's right here. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. Just right there in the project folder. For sake of time this time, I'll just cut the clip. I'll just cut the music clip right here, and I'll show you all how to cut it in the last tutorial. Just select the music clip and cut. And again, for simplicity, I would just select a fade out and a fade in. Right click, just select fade out and fade in, and that would get your music to just fade out and fade in. So let's just see what we have at the end here. Alright, so I won't show you the whole video. I guess that is for next time. But basically that is and I need to re-emphasize this. This slideshow thing kinda covers all the basic principles of editing. Like when I just cut the music here, or putting in something and putting it for a certain time, doing a transition, doing text. That is kind of the basics of building any video.
I think in the next tutorial I might try to cover how we do an announcement, because that's one again in video. Until next time, everybody. Bye.